Let's talk about pricing, because I know this is something that a lot of chefs struggle with. I get these questions all the time about how to price personal chef services. So in this video, I'm going to explain how you position yourself as a premium chef so that you can get those premium rates. It starts by identifying your ideal client. This is a step that most business owners skip over. Not just chefs, everybody skips over identifying your ideal client. And I'm talking about getting really specific about who it is you want to work for. Identifying your ideal client is critical to your success, because if you don't identify who exactly it is you're speaking to, then you're speaking to anybody and nobody's listening. You have to be really focused on who your ideal client is. A very simple way to begin is to put people into two groups: people who have money, people who do not have money. Now, it seems like a no-brainer which group you should choose your ideal client from, but most people choose the opposite of what common sense would dictate. Most people choose from that group of people who have no money. And here's how it looks. You're worrying about affordability. I can't set my prices that high because nobody will be able to afford it. Or people need to be able to afford this or that. I got to position this so that, I want to be accessible to everybody. When you're doing that mindset, that language that people use, because when I advocate for a client to charge more, I start to hear these things. Nobody's going to be able to afford that, or I want it to be accessible, blah, blah, blah. What you're doing is choosing from that group of people who do not have money. That's what that is. When you start talking about affordability, that's the first thing that's on your mind, or you're thinking that nobody can afford this, which is bullshit. What you're doing is choosing from that group of people who have no money and then working from there. And that's how you keep ending up with people who have no money contacting you, expecting you to deliver the world when they have a $200 budget. If you focus on the experience that you provide, the level of service that you provide, if you start there and that's your focus, that means you're going to be working with that group of people who do have money. So how do you do this? It starts with your marketing. Your marketing has to be focused on your ideal client. That means all your social media platforms, or whichever platform is the platform that you're using as your business platform. And that could be, most chefs are on Instagram. Unfortunately, that's the wrong place to be. In my opinion, YouTube is much better. But if you're going to use Instagram as your primary means of getting clients, then make sure your Instagram account is dedicated to your business, or at least you have one that's dedicated to your business. And then if you want to have a personal account where you're doing other stuff, that's fine. But your business account needs to be focused on your ideal client. And what that means is every single post that you make has to be focused on your ideal client. I see a lot of Instagram accounts. I review a lot of Instagram accounts for chefs, caterers, restaurant owners, etc. And what I see are posts that have no strategy behind them. It's all over the map. There's a lot of personal stuff on there. Some of the things that I see are inappropriate even on a personal account. I don't know why you would put yourself out there like that on the internet, just different types of stuff. And all of this is mixed into one account where they're supposed to be trying to get clients. And the real sad part is I can look at the food. I can see the craftsmanship, the quality of their work, their commitment to the culinary arts. I can see it in their food, but they ruin it with these horrible marketing messages. Mainly on Instagram, what you get is people taking whatever audio track is popular on Instagram that week and turning that into a reel with them preparing food or whatever. And it's the equivalent of just taking a bottle of ketchup and pouring it all over your dish until you can't even see the plate anymore. It doesn't matter what the dish is, you just ruined it. So with this terrible marketing that is not focused on people who have money, you are ruining your opportunity to get those premium clients. Treat your social media account like every post you make is an audition for a premium client, because every post you make may be the only post that they see from you ever before they decide, okay, I need to contact this person for more information, or let me just look somewhere else. So when you pop up in somebody's feed, treat that every time you post as the opportunity to pop up into the feed of your ideal client. So when you think about it that way, you'll be a lot more careful about what you post. Careful is probably not the right word. More deliberate, more intentional. Think about what you're posting. Is this post going to bring me the type of client that I want? Is this post going to bring me any business at all? If it's not, it doesn't belong on this account. Your Instagram account, or whichever your primary social media platform is, if you intend for that account to help you grow your business, you need to focus that account on your ideal client. Your messaging needs to be on point. Every post is an audition or an interview. Treat it as such. So this is again why it's imperative that you identify your ideal client, because if you don't have anyone in particular in mind, if you haven't started with that group of people who have money, okay, so within that group of people, who is it that you want to target? If you haven't done that work, then that's how you end up on social media, just posting whatever just to be posting and calling that marketing. That's not marketing. You're just posting and praying. You're not. Marketing is deliberate. Marketing is strategic. You have an ideal client in mind. You're creating posts that will resonate with them, that will agitate a pain point that they have, or present an ambition. You're painting a picture that they want to be in. That's what marketing is. Just posting and posting and posting. That's not marketing. You just posting on Instagram or posting on Facebook or whatever, and you have no strategy behind it. And that makes Instagram happy. That makes Facebook happy. That makes Twitter happy. That makes whatever platform. They're happy. They win just by you posting. You don't win when you post with no strategy, but the social media platforms win every time you show up and just participate. They win. They're able to sell advertising based on you just logging in. So you need to understand that for you to get something out of social media, you have to be deliberate about what you're doing. And that starts with identifying your ideal client. And again, you want to start from those two general groups, people who have money, people who don't have money. Pick from the people who have money. A real problem is, and it's a lot of people, it's a really broad problem, is having this poverty mindset. Maybe you came from humble beginnings. Your family didn't have much when you were growing up, and it is what it is. A lot of us come from that, but you've moved yourself into a higher level of income. Or maybe you haven't. Maybe you still are not making much money. You're not in a really prosperous place economically, but you have developed a skill that is extremely valuable. If you're an excellent chef, if you're really great at what you do and you love what you're doing, you have a high value skill. Doesn't matter how much money you currently make or how much money your family made, what you come from. You have a high value skill that you can sell now for top dollar, and that's what you should be doing. Instead of focusing on the people who have no money and thinking that those are the only people in the world, they're not. You need to broaden your perspective. Look at it this way. I don't care where you live, there's a rich part of town. You know where it is, which part of town I'm talking about. Doesn't matter where you are, there is a rich part of town. So if nobody has any money, according to you, which is why you have to charge these low prices to make it affordable, because nobody has any money. If nobody has any money, who are those people who live on the rich side of town? Who is buying those houses over there? Who's driving those fancy cars? If nobody has any money. So you got to get out of that poverty mindset. There is way more money circulating in the world than you can imagine, and you can get as much of it as your skills will entitle you to, but that starts with you recognizing that people do have money. You got to get out of that poverty mindset and stop thinking that the only people that exist in the world are poor people. That's what's keeping you dealing with poor people, is you've decided that only poor people exist. That's who you're going to keep talking to with your marketing. And those are the people that are going to keep contacting you, wanting to nickel and dime you for your services. And it doesn't have to be that way. It starts with you getting out of the poverty mindset and recognizing that there are people across the whole spectrum of income, and focusing your business on those people who are at the higher end of the spectrum. And you have to learn how to communicate with them. You cannot just keep doing whatever you see everybody else doing on Instagram. I say Instagram a lot because this is where I see most of the chefs, because everybody's doing what everybody else is doing, what they see everybody else doing. And it's the blind leading the blind. People who do not know how to communicate with premium clients, and they're just posting all kind of random stuff. And then really skilled chefs are looking at what these other chefs are doing, and they do the same thing. So you have all of these people just posting this really low quality content that is not going to attract premium clients, and you're just doing what you see somebody else doing, and they don't know what they're doing. They're just doing what they saw somebody else doing. So it's a bunch of people who don't know what they're doing. They have really high skill in cooking, but terrible marketing skills, and they're just doing what somebody else is doing. And so you got to get out of that. Starts with one, recognizing that there are premium clients out here, and then two, you got to once you've adjusted your mindset to recognize that there are people out here with money, now you have to learn how to communicate with them. You cannot just do what everybody else is doing, because most people do not know how to communicate with people who have money. This is a skill that you have to develop. Right now, I'm going to insert a clip here because I saw recently there was a story about the Dominican Republic. I think it's some billionaires started an art school to help these kids learn how to create art, or help them develop their art skills, help them develop their art skills, and then sell their art pieces to affluent people. And so there's a clip in that interview, and I'll put the link to the whole video in the whole story in the description box. But there was one part in there where one of the instructors from the school was sharing how he came from humble beginnings, and he got lucky and got training to learn how to communicate with people who have money, and it's a completely different world. And he's teaching that to his kids, his students, because he knows how far they are from where they need to be in terms of being able to communicate with people who have money. And so he's teaching them the same way he was taught. And I'll play that clip right here so you'll get an understanding of what I'm talking about.
Apprentices need wonderful things on their resume.
In addition to molding artists, Academy teachers also want students to learn how to communicate through art.
For me as a child, I didn't come from means. I was fortunate enough to work in a gallery that taught me how to communicate. How to communicate with people with wealth. And when I see my boys and girls, they don't know that. They don't realize how far of a chasm they have to go from where they are to where they need to be.
So like I was saying, you have to learn how to communicate with people who have money. It's just different. And if you don't know how to do it, first of all, if you're starting from a place where you're just having to adjust your mindset to recognize that there are people who pay a lot of money to have nice things and nice experiences. If you're starting from that point, first of all, you got to get your mind right to recognize that people are out here who have money. And then once you've accepted that, and you've accepted that you have skills that are worthy of premium pricing, now you have to learn how to communicate with those people. That's something that I can help you with. You don't want my help? Go get help from somebody, but you have to learn how to communicate with people who have money. That's going to determine your price. You got to know how to speak their language so that they're even interested in contacting you for more information. And when they contact you, you have to know how to handle that call and price yourself correctly so that they take you seriously. Because if somebody has an event in mind and they're expecting it to be a $10,000 event, that's what they have in their mind as it's going to cost me probably $10,000 or so, and the price you give them is $1,500 or $2,000, you're going to lose that job, because in their mind, you cannot possibly deliver what they want if it's going to be so much less expensive than what they had in mind. It's just something, it's too good to be true. Something, if somebody promised you a full course meal and they're only charging $3 for it, a 3-course meal, 5-course meal, whatever it is, and they're charging some ridiculous price like $3. Well, as a chef, you're going to be suspicious. You're going to start asking questions. Well, why is this what? Like, it's just not going to make sense to you, and you're not going to buy it because you know something's not right, because that price does not correlate to what you were expecting to pay. Where you can do that same thing to people and run people off who would be your client, because you're charging so much less than what they were expecting, because they're a premium shopper, they're a premium consumer. They expect to pay they expect to pay premium prices for nice things and nice experiences, and they look at your work and you look like somebody who they're expecting to provide this level of service, and if you give them a price that's down here, something's not right, and they will go somewhere else. So you can't do that. You have to start, the marketing, then having the pricing set correctly, and then knowing how to actually communicate with them when you're doing that sales call, when that discovery call. So these are things that all go into your pricing. It's not, and I would say there's basically 2 categories of pricing, really broad generalizations again. There is cost plus pricing, and then there's premium pricing, or celebrity chef pricing, I like to call it. Cost plus is you take your ingredients and you add whatever percentage to it, and then that's what you charge. That's what everybody does. If you want to be measured against everybody, then go ahead and do that. But if you want premium clients, people who are hiring you, they don't want a caterer, they want you. That starts with your marketing, and 2, you have to price yourself so that you're different. Because if, the numbers that I commonly see are between $75 per person and $150 per person. This is what I see a lot, and I suspect that's because people are looking around at what other people are charging and charging the same thing. Well, now you're getting compared to this chef who's charging $75 per person, and this one who's charging $75 or $80 per person, this one who's charging. And so you're getting compared against those people, and they're saying, well, who can I get the most from at the same price? I wouldn't position myself to be in that game. What you can do is, through your marketing efforts, position yourself as the premium chef so that people want to work with you. They see the experience that you deliver based on how you're presenting yourself on social media, the different types of events that you're showcasing, how you're narrating and taking them on that journey and explaining your services to them, explaining your philosophy, and just doing this through your ongoing posts so they get to see who you are and understand how you do things, how you go about it, what your philosophy on food is. This is how you position yourself as the chef that somebody wants to hire. They're not looking to hire a chef and talk to a bunch of different people and figure out who can I get the most for the least price. They want you. I want you. So I'm contacting not a bunch of chefs for my event. I'm contacting you. I'm having my 20th wedding anniversary, or my kids graduating from college or high school, or it's my 50th birthday party, or whatever it is, and I want this to be a special day. It is a special day. I want to make sure everybody has a fantastic time. I want everything to be just done well at the highest level. I'm not looking for the lowest price chef. I'm looking for the best chef. And because of your marketing, I've determined that you're the best chef for me. I like you. I like what I've seen. I've looked at your other events, and what I'm seeing is what I want. You're the person that I'm contacting, and whatever it costs, it costs. That's how premium shoppers do business. They're going to contact you, and the first thing what they're not going to do is ask you was how much. That's what poor people do. They contact you, and the first thing they want to know how much. They don't even know what they're getting. They're asking you how much. That's how you know you're dealing with the wrong people, because their first question is how much, and they don't even know what they're going to get. Those are not the people you want to deal with. The premium clients that are out here are going to talk to you about what they want. They're going to listen to you talk about what you offer and how your vision of how you're going to help them execute this event that they want. And after they've gone through all of the details and you've had this conversation and they've gotten the assurance that you offer what it is they want, then we talk about price. Because that's not the thing that's most important to them. What's most important to them is the event, that it goes off well, that everybody has a great time, that they deliver a fantastic experience to their guests. That is the thing that's most important to them. And then whatever that costs, they're okay with. So those are the types of conversations that you have with people who are the premium customers. And to get those people contacting you, you have to market yourself in a way that they know you're here for them. When you do this marketing, you're marketing correctly, people who have no money will look at you and go, yeah, I'm not even contacting that person because I know I can't afford that, which is exactly what you want. You want your marketing to screen away the wrong people and bring you the right people, no matter which. So you're going to lose part of the market, no matter what. The low end of the market, the people who have no money, if you're appealing to them, then you do not appeal to the people who do have money. If you're appealing to the people who do have money, you're not appealing to the people who do not have money. So no matter what you do, you're going to lose part of the market. Which part would you rather lose? You want to get rid of the people who have no money, screen them out, or you want to screen out the people who do have money? So there's a lot that goes into this. I just kind of went through it as quickly as I could, but there's still a lot of mindset work that a lot of folks need to do, and that starts with just having a conversation with somebody. And so that's what I recommend. If you are serious about growing your private chef business, that's not something that you're going to be able to do by yourself. You need to build a team. Start with a business coach. If you're struggling with pricing and struggling with marketing, if you're not sure if you are marketing yourself correctly, marketing your business correctly so that you can attract premium clients, get somebody to take a look at what you're doing, somebody who knows what they're doing. Get them to take a look at what you're doing and give you some guidance. That's something that right now I'm currently doing with a chef, an 18-year catering business veteran who, her name's Sharon. And right now we're doing what we call these catering hot seats, where you submit an application. We take a look. If we see somebody we can help, then we do a live review of your business and give you guidance. She speaks on it from the catering side, the chef side. I speak on it from the marketing side, and just helping you craft a marketing message is what I'm doing, and she's helping you with the catering side. But that's an example of how you can get help from people who have more experience than you do in specialized areas where you need help. So we're doing that every week right now. You can use the link in the description box if you want to apply for that. But you should definitely talk to somebody, a business coach of some sort, so that you can get the guidance that you need to grow your business. Because a lot of people, another part of the poverty mindset, and don't feel bad about that, it is what it is. It's just an opportunity for growth. You have to learn how to grow out of that mindset and into a prosperity mindset, and understanding that what's out here. But part of that, having that mindset, is you may be the first person in your family to have started a business, and so you don't have anybody to talk to about this stuff. You don't have anybody to bounce ideas off of. You don't have anybody to get guidance from. because nobody in your family has done it. That's how you end up stuck, not being able to advance your business because you're trying to figure everything out by yourself. And business is a team sport. You are just not going to be successful if you're trying to do everything by yourself. So I encourage you to reach out to a business coach. I'm available. You can use the link in the description box. I know I'm not everybody's cup of tea because I'm very direct. I'm trying to get you from where you are to your money in the shortest, most direct route possible. And a lot of people can't handle that, but I'm here for the folks who just want to know what to do to go get their money. And so if that's you, then yeah, absolutely, I can help you. So yeah, that's it. I want you to just understand, as a chef, you have superpowers on the internet. Food photos are one of the most popular things on the internet. People post pictures that you prepare the dishes that people are taking pictures of and posting on social media. You have the ability to post those photos yourself. If you market yourself correctly, you're the person who creates these dishes. If you market yourself correctly, you can put yourself in whatever position you want to be in, working for whatever types of clients you want. There is no limit. So please, any limitations you're thinking that you have, or I can't do this because of XYZ, or that's all just is bullshit. We live in a time where somebody with cooking skills and access to the internet can create whatever kind of life they want for themselves, because the food that you create, these beautiful images that you are able to create on a plate and then take a picture of and then, post it, that can take you anywhere you want to go. So if you're not where you want to be, then reach out to me. Let's talk about it and figure out what we can do to put you on the path to where you are capable of being because of your talents. Your talents will take you anywhere you want to go, and I want to help you. So thanks for watching. Check out this playlist right here, because I think you're going to find something there that you're interested in, and I'll see you in the next video.